Hello guys and welcome to Dubai for race number 1 in this Project Cars Careers Season 3. And as I was talking about in the previous video, we were discussing how we were going to be approaching this Season 3 here. We had offers from LMP2 and LMP1 there, and looking at the career modes, as far as I could tell, I'm not really an expert, so please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but what I was looking at least in LMP3, was either the choice between doing 20-minute races in career mode or 24-hour races. And, I got to admit that either really didn't seem all that appealing to me there. So I thought the best thing to do for the time being, at the very least, was to stay in Formula A here. So we're staying with the Auto Rebel team for this season here. But we're going to be doing things differently here. Like I was talking about, it was a little bit too easy to qualify at the front of the grid there last season. So qualifying has been reduced to a one-lap thing. It's a one-shot deal. If we do a good lap, well, then that's fine. If we screw up, we're going to be starting at the back of the grid there. Also, we are driving 50% races here in Season 2, and we have increased the tire wear to ×3. So hopefully, we are going to be seeing a lot more pit stops here. Jumping straight ahead to the business at hand here, this is going to be our one and single only lap here in this qualifying session, setting the best Sector 2 time there. We had the best Sector 1 time as well, but this is Sector 3. This is our slowest sector on this track here. It's always been like this. I'm not really sure why. Coming through the second to last turn here into 4th gear, gonna just scraping 6th gear, heading into the final turn, running a little wide here, coming out on the main straight, and it's going to be interesting to see just where this is going to be taking us here. It looked like to be a very good time in Sector 2 there at the very least, but we are going to be finishing in 12th position here, starting 12th on the grid for tomorrow's race there, right ahead of tons of new names here. I don't think any of the usual suspects are returning for this season here. All right, who's on pole here? Tobias Koltau. All right, this is going to be a test. I thought I had most of the other names down there by the end of last season there, but we're going to be starting from scratch here in Season 3. All right, that's pretty cool. So here we are, Season 3 about to get underway, the first race. It's going to be very interesting to see how we're going to be managing this middle of the pack start here. We got it out of the gate nicely there. Who the hell is that on our left shoulder? I don't think I ever saw that car before. Do we have a new car here in the series all of a sudden there? But it doesn't really matter at this point here. We're making a very good start here coming into turn 1. Just a little easy on the brakes there. Don't want to crash into the back of whoever was in front of us there. And coming through this twisty windy section here, turns 4 and 5. Just trying to stay out of trouble in this particular part here right at the start. You have all this traffic going on. It's really, most of the time, it's just a question of staying on track here. Getting bumped from behind there. Whoa, that wall there is not looking all that nice. Managing to stay ahead of that. Rejoining the track here, we have Torben Simon right ahead of us there as we go down the inside of him here, heading through turn 9, I believe it is, out on the main straight. We now have Paul Chapman ahead of us there in P7. We're up to P8 right now, so we've made a very good start here, even though we got a bit of a shove from behind there heading into that slow right-hander there. Doesn't appear as though we have any damage, so that's a good thing here. We have guys running wide coming out of the left-hander here. Paul Chapman running a little wide there, as we're going to be taking the opportunity to dive down the inside here, heading into the right-hander. We make that move stick there. Paul Chapman running a little wide in the process there, but we are into P7 now, trying to chase down, what's his face there, Christian Wiseman, currently in P6. Heading into turn 14 here, running a little wide in the process here. You always want to try, if you got pressure from behind here on this track, try and take the inside line here coming through that turn. But for some odd reason, I'm always struggling with pace here. We managed to make it stick, though, as we have Paul Chapman right behind us. But lap 1 status here, starting in P12 on the grid there. We managed to advance 5 spots as we're into P7. Very happy with this one so far. Jumping right ahead to lap 4 here as we are still trying to chase down Christian Wiseman in P6, who appears to be tussling a little bit with his teammate up there. I'm not really sure what his name is. We run a little wide here in turn 9, but we have opened up a nice gap down to Paul Chapman. They're almost 2 seconds in, coming out on the main straight here, opening the DRS, using whatever we have in the cursor, closing the gap to Christian Wiseman nicely here, but we're not going to be... Oh, geez! As he just pulls... taking away the inside line there. Apparently he was a little bit worried of whether or not we're going to be trying to have a look down the inside there, but no damage, thankfully. Skipping right ahead to lap 5 here. Sector 1 is our fastest sector on this track here, and we're going to make this one count here, heading into turn 7, going down the inside of Christian Wiseman, making that move stick there, and even though he's trying to fight back here, heading into turns 8 and 9, we do manage to keep him at bay, and as we come out on the main straight, we are currently trying to chase down Pedro Ferreira, I believe the name is, and we have the OP speed here heading down the straight, almost running him off track there, as a matter of fact here, and coming into the right-hander, taking away the inside line, or at least we're trying to do so, but run too deep in the corner there, and as a matter of fact, Pedro just pecks us right back there for P5. Jumping right ahead to lap 6 here, back in our favorite Sector 1, right on the exhaust of Pedro here. We're not going to be doing anything rash here, just going to wait for our moment here, heading into turn 7. Pretty much the same move that we pulled on Christian Wiseman on the last lap there. We make that move stick, even though as we're heading neck and neck here into turn 8, but we managed to stay on the inside line there and managed to defend our position here, and coming out on the main straight one more time, trying to chase down Kirill Baranikov, I believe the name is here. OP speed one more time here, going down the inside, see if we can't make that move stick, as we're careful not to make the same mistake as we did on lap 5. Jumping right ahead to lap 6 here, if you look at the mini-map, you can see there's quite a few cars coming into the pits at this point here, so I'm guessing this is going to be, as a matter of fact, it looks like the entire field is coming in to change their tires here already, and we're only on lap 7 here, so that ×3 tire wear is really taking its toll, and on the very next lap, we are going to be following suit here, heading into the pits here. Apparently, we're the only car in to make our first pit stop, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not we are going to be making up any positions because we waited this one lap, or whether or not we're going to be losing positions. That remains to be seen here. Apparently, current P2 is Tom Cornwell, but I'm not sure that's... he's got to be into the pits as well there. At least that's how it appears. All right. Looking at, yeah, we have Tobias Koltow about 4.5 seconds down on us right now. So apparently that late stop there apparently did us a lot of good. I'm guessing some of these cars just got bunched up in the pits. Skipping ahead to lap 12 here, no change overall. We still have Tobias Koltow in P2. He's about 5.5 seconds down on us right now. So pretty much a constant gap there down to the P2 car. Obviously, we are taking things a little easy at this point here. It's not like we're pushing, but then again, it's not like we're letting off on the throttle either. So at this point here, we're pretty much in the groove here doing our own thing. Skipping right ahead to lap 14 here, as you can see, we currently have Pedro Ferreira in P2 as he's about 14 seconds down on us. So I am guessing at this point here that Tobias Koltow has actually gone in to make his second pit stop here. So we're not even well, as a matter of fact, we're just about halfway through the race here, and we've already had cars in to make 2 pit stops. So it's going to be very interesting to see just how many stops we are going to be ending up doing here. It's not like our tires are gone by any means here, but obviously, as you can see, we are suffering some tire wear, and the question is whether or not it would be prudent for us to go in and make a switch to a new set of tires pretty soon here, because obviously the AI are going in left and right here. Currently, we have Greg Barbier now in P2, and he's about 40 seconds down on us. So yeah, the AI is definitely keeping busy in the pits. Lap 14 still, we're going to be taking the AI's cue here and head in to make our second pit stop here. Hopefully, we're going to be maintaining status quo here, but I'm not really sure what to expect and whether or not certain cars' performances are going to be changing throughout the race here. So far, things are looking pretty good, but, you know, last season we saw a lot of difference in AI performance when they were at the end of the tires and right after a pit stop there. I'm not quite sure how things are going to be looking this season with all these pit stops that we're having so far, but that's going to be interesting to see. Anyway, rejoining the track in what appears to be P1 here, Greg Barbier. I'm not really sure. I don't think he's been in to make his second stop yet, as he's only about 2.5 seconds down on us right now. So I guess that P2 is pretty provisional. Skipping right ahead to lap 19 here, Greg Barbier is now coming in to make his second stop of the race, or at least I think it's his second stop, but at any rate, he's coming into the pits, and it'll be interesting to see who's going to be taking over P2, but by the looks of it here, we have opened up a huge gap to the P2 car, whoever it is, because currently Christian Wiseman is in P2, but that gap is increasing. He must be in the pits as well. Skipping right ahead to lap 22 here, rejoining the track, still in P1 after what is our third stop of the race here. And as you can see, Greg Barbier now in P2 one more time. So I'm guessing that that second stop I was talking about was probably his third stop. Jumping to lap 28 here, coming through the second to last turn. As you can see, Greg Barbier still in P2, but he's about 48 seconds down on us right now, and he must have been in to make a fourth stop here. We managed to scrape through with 3 stops, but that increased tire wear has really shook up the field here. We've had cars come in left and right to make stops here, and I'm not really sure what happened around the first stop, because I think when the AI made their first stop, we were in P5, I believe it was, and pretty much after that, even after our first stop, which was on the very next lap, I might add, we never looked back. We were leading the race from that point on. Anyways, I think we might have to turn down the tire wear to ×2 maybe, and hopefully keep it at 2 or 3 stops there. I'm not sure what to do about that, guys. If you got some input on that or some thoughts on that, be sure to tell me down in the comments field below. I'm not going to be making any changes here for the next race, but I think we should really consider maybe tuning down the tire wear just a little bit here. Other than that, I figure this is going to be a weekly series. I'm hoping to upload every Saturday or Sunday. I'm not really set on a certain day of the week yet, but it's definitely going to be a weekend upload. But at any rate, guys, thank you very much for watching. Good to be back. And if you enjoyed this one, please don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to this channel for more Project Cars action. And I'll be seeing you soon enough. Bye-bye.